Hi everyone, it's Ruth Milligan back with tips from the treehouse. Today I want to talk about those who have to coach internal speakers and some tips that we like to share with clients who have to do the same. So this is like when you have a development event and quarterly briefing, town hall, annual meeting, maybe an investor day, and you're straddled with trying to bring the best out of the executives, researchers, scientists that work with you. Last week I was actually invited to do a whole day seminar on this topic with a client, and so I thought I'd bring you my top 3 favorite tips that I shared with them. And of course there's lots more where this came from, but I'll keep it brief. So the first was start where you finish. Make sure you absolutely have a rehearsal scheduled. When I watch videos of executives that don't do so well, the first question I always ask was, did you have a rehearsal? And most of the time the answer was no. The rehearsal's where everything gets worked out. Anxiety, messaging, timing, pacing, how do you stand, where do you look, how's it gonna come out, how are you interacting with your technology? Everything gets worked out there. I can't tell you how many horrible rehearsals we've had and spectacular events just 12 hours later. So first, make sure you schedule a rehearsal. Second, use the right technology. And that might sound a little trite, but I'm a big believer that most speakers don't need a teleprompter. They can use slides to help them prompt their way through a talk, but also don't use the confidence monitor notes view, because what ends up happening is that we only see the tops of their heads because then they're reading their notes. So use technology to your advantage. And especially if that person's nervous, the teleprompter is only going to prevent them from becoming the best speaker they can become. Teleprompters are really best for like presidents and governors and anchors of newscasts, in my opinion. And lastly, don't underestimate the learning curve that might come with a brand new speaker. I've seen this now 3 times in the last 2 or 3 months, where a new executive's been handed a bunch of talking points from their corporate communications or their development officers, and then they rip them apart and they put them in their own words. It's gonna take time for you guys to figure out how that person's voice works and how they best like to deliver them. In one case, one of my clients has a really hard time simply reading and speaking at the same time. He's now very comfortable with the notion of some key words, like 6 very succinct key words, and nice visuals to go with them. So he can tell a story about the visual and hit on a key word. That's all he wants. So don't be surprised if they rip it apart a few times and where you get yourself in a good groove of how you like to work together. So that's tips from the treehouse. In the meantime, make sure to check out our course schedule and our new catalog. That's all down here on the website at articulationinc.com. Thanks for tuning in. Hope to see you next time.